everyone, thanks for tuning in. This is going to be an energy collective reading. Today is June 9. We're kind of in the middle of this sequence of 3 eclipses that's occurring during this month. It's rather unusual to have 3 eclipses in a row. 2 is kind of normal, but 3 is quite unusual. But anyway, I'm not an astrologer. This is not going to be an astrological report. I am a channel and a medium, and this is going to be a transmission for the collective to help us understand what influences are affecting us all at this time, what energies are, available on Earth that we have access to. So I'm going to do a holographic mandala layout with the Voyager deck first, and then I'm going to pull a few cards for each sign from the Morgan Greer deck to help each group understand a little better about how that collective energy may be playing out for them in their own area. Again, I'm not an astrologer. It's simply a way to organize the content. You can watch the whole reading all the way through to get information about how the energy might be affecting each of your houses in your astrological chart according to where the signs fall for each houses. So use this reading as you want, like you can watch all the way through. You can just watch your sun sign. You can watch for another person if that's interesting to you. So let's get started. Child of Page of Wands in reverse at the bottom of the deck. There's the Tower reversed, crossed by the Moon. There's the Star. 3 Majors straight away. 9 of Crystals. 9 of Pentacles. There's the Devil, the Chariot, Woman of Wands, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Wands. 10 of Crystals, the Priestess. A lot of major arcana cards coming out in this spread. Page of Swords in reverse. Ace of Crystals in reverse. 6 of Pentacles. And 2 of Cups. Okay. So, major catalyzing energy in this spread. A lot of transformation and change, definitely. Very strong influence in this spread with the Moon, the Star, and the Priestess of divine feminine energy. Also in this spread, and also visionary energy with that healing energy coming through very strongly. Also here with the Moon as the crossing card in this reading and the Devil's place in the outcome position. I feel that the challenge here is for individuals to understand that what's happening is that energy that has been in the shadows or information that has been concealed and buried away and tucked in very dark corners is being illuminated here. And so that energy of darkness moving into the light will have a very transformative and catalyzing effect, but it may look and feel like a catastrophe at first. And that's really important to understand, that what's happening now is not necessarily what's happening planetarily and in a collective way is not necessarily something to be labeled as bad or as tragic or as wrong. And in that case, also, it's important not to attach certain emotional responses to the energies of things being catalyzed as well, because that then limits the process of what's occurring to become something that you can identify by an emotional word. Okay? It's important to keep in mind that what's happening at the moment is a cleansing process. It's a very particular focusing of a specific frequency of energy that is designed to and intended, just like a laser beam, is to locate and pinpoint specific energies that need to be flushed. That's what I'm getting right now. So 9 of Crystals in the foundation of the reading in this deck is called narrowness, and the way I'm seeing it is as I described, as a laser beam being focused in a very specific and precise way to target and illuminate specific energies that are in dark, stagnant, shadowy pockets in the global psyche. And you may be feeling this coming through in your own way, in your own life, as you go through this time period. You might be experiencing energies being revealed and released from your deep subconscious that is helping to illuminate parts of you where there may have been some stagnant energy that needs to be flushed out and cleared. In this quadrant, we have the Chariot with the 2 of Cups. How I'm seeing this is that there is a strong and definitive direction, a point of focus, a point of attraction as well for collective energy, using will, using anticipation as well, using vision, discipline, focus, and concentration. Energy is being moved forward with great determination. It's also here describing how the vehicle of the body is energetically being upgraded as well. And that's also part of this clearing process that's occurring here, where energy is being catalyzed. Energy is being catalyzed, and areas that have been hidden or being concealed or in the deep recesses of the global psyche are being transformed and transduced and catalyzed to upgrade the physical vehicle that we use to move forward with. The earth is also a vehicle. The earth is also a vehicle. And so Gaia is getting also an upgrade or a shift in the energetic frequency and the amount of light that she can hold. And that's what this process here is happening. That's happening here with Tower, Moon, Star, and the Nine of Crystals. Two of Cups here is bringing this energy forward of a return to equilibrium, a return to balance, a return to the masculine and feminine divinity being in harmony with each other. That might look like chaos at first because it's been so out of balance. Here we have Queen of Wands with the Six of Pentacles. Again, I'm feeling here it's very strong energy in this reading about the return to the divine feminine, being having a greater ability to influence and to restore balance that's been so far swung out of balance by excessive use of masculine energy, which brings about too much use of force and coercion and pressure and oppression and domination. So the feminine energy is it's important that the feminine energy understands that that its role is to utilize radical truth, but combine that with gentle love and compassion. That doesn't mean to not be forceful in the way of approaching what needs to be returned into balance. But what's important to remember is to use love and compassion as a vehicle for that energy. Women need to particularly come together to move forward and become more leaders in the situations as they're unfolding. Greater awareness and attention needs to be brought to women in positions of power, but genuine women in positions of authority, not necessarily women who hold particular positions in political power plays where in order to be in the position that they're in, they've had to adopt masculine ways of approaching solving problems. Hopes and fears, we have this Ace of Swords in reverse with 10 of Swords upright. So here there is a massive need for truth to be exposed completely. That's what everybody wants. That's what people want for the majority. Obviously, some people have an agenda that will benefit them for the truth to be remain concealed. But here there is a strong desire from the majority of people, from the energetic impulses that are flooding the earth now, for truth to be revealed, for delusion to be crushed, for lies to be dissolved, for love and kindness and truth to be the predominant forces that work, that activate, that energize, and that influence. So Star and Priestess are in the two crowning positions of the reading, along with this Page of Swords in reverse and the Devil in the outcome here as well. So again, I'm feeling the energetic impulses of light streaming to earth have a consciousness and a sentience that have a desire and an impulse and a directive and karma to clear and cleanse and to reveal truth. But I do feel here with Ace of Swords being in reverse, also Page of Swords being in reverse, and the Devil here in the outcome position, that there is still an energy in this reading that's describing individuals who do have an agenda to conceal the truth or to maintain this unhealthy imbalance of domination and control and limiting individuals through just give me a second to get that right. I'm hearing decipher. What I'm feeling with this, with the devil being the outcome position of this reading, is that there is still a strong agenda for individuals who have control to maintain control. And those individuals are the ones that are hoping that the truth can remain hidden and concealed. It's not inevitable that the truth will be that which is overcoming this agenda, which is toxic and unhealthy. But it's very strong. The impulse towards honesty and truth being revealed, and a clarification of old toxic energy that has been domineering and oppressing people for a very long time. That energy of truth being revealed is very strong. But there is a need for caution, that people are not deceiving themselves about how the energy plays out. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Page of Wands reversed. There's the Queen of Swords in reverse, Ten of Pentacles upright, and Nine of Cups upright. So there's two pages here in reverse, and the Queen of Swords in reverse here. I feel that there is some miscommunication that's occurring. There's information that people are accessing that may not be really accurate and true. What I'm hearing now is that people need to really go within themselves and listen to what their heart says about what is true and what is not true, because there is still a lot of manipulation and coercion and twisting of information that I see here that is affecting people's ability to really discern in the way that the High Priestess can, because they have the Queen of Swords in reverse here. So some energy is being revealed here where some people can see what's really true. Those who are tapped into this otherworldly energy, this information and wisdom that's coming from the unseen world. There are answers there, but there is also like a kind of shielding is what I'm feeling. That this energy of information being guarded or shielded or hidden behind or encoded in other things, There's a great need for wisdom and clarity and cool discernment, for people to detach from the emotion. That's what it is. So it's important for people to understand, as we said in the very beginning of this reading, it's really important not to attach certain words to the feelings, the impulses that you're experiencing as a result of catalyzing forces that are at play. Be able to detach yourself emotionally from the changes that are occurring, so that you don't get stuck too long in a process of shifting and catalyzing, because your emotional body is too engaged and is getting triggered by a long line of traumatic old experiences from the past. It's time to move on and move forward and create a paradigm shift out of that old recycling of traumatic experiences that keeps you in a loop of seeking justice or seeking revenge in the ways that have gone by. Old methods are not going to work in the same way in the future and in the now. Take care that you don't get caught in a trap of trying to solve current problems with old methods or old solutions, because it may not bring you to the place of healing that is possible here. People need to meditate more. People need to meditate more. This is really important. People need to meditate more in a group way. You know, coming out onto the streets and showing solidarity in a physical way used to work. It doesn't work now. People need to show solidarity through affecting the energetic grid. That's how things will change. That's how influence will be afforded or affected, through group mind consciousness, through energetic union, energetic solidarity. Okay, I don't know if I can if I have much more to bring through on this part. I'm going to move forward now to the part of the reading where we're going to look at the Morgan Greer deck and bring through a few cards for each of the zodiac signs to see how this energy might be playing out there. So tune in with me again while I shuffle. Send your energy into the deck so I can bring through the messages that are relevant for you. Okay, so one thing I didn't mention at the end of the collective reading there is that we have in the extended part of the reading, this 10 of Pentacles upright with the 9 of Cups upright. And how I'm feeling this energy is that, again, connected to emotional energy, connected to emotional responses to catalyzing forces that are at play. Something that's really important, along with being in that space of meditating and connecting to a sort of more calmer, higher vibrational energy that will help shift the consciousness through anchoring in a specific higher vibrational frequency onto the earth, is that to be in a space of, I know it's hard when things are fucking crazy, but what this is saying to me is that it's really important to maintain an energy of calm, of inner peace, of quiet trust and contentedness, of self-care. It's really important at this time as well. Both of these cards said to me self-care, self-loving, self-nurturing, looking after yourself, being kind to yourself, making sure you're, comfortable. And that's in no way, taking the steps to do those things is in no way diminishing what may be true is that other people don't have those things. But you accessing this energy of calm, quiet mind, self-love, confidence, and happiness is also contributing to that same kind of energy that meditation brings, which is affecting the entire vibrational grid of the whole planet. So be willing to take some time to do that and overcome any feelings that you might have of guilt or of selfishness that you might feel if you would give time and energy to that kind of purposeful contribution to the greater whole. It's not selfish, it's very necessary. Okay, one more shuffle on the Morgan Greer. I'm going to start with Gemini for... I'm going to pull a couple of cards for Gemini and see how this energy might express for the Gemini soul group. So you have Hierophant, Ace of Swords reversed, and Hangman. Okay, so it says here that there might be like in the Gemini consciousness, there could be sort of a desire to want to speak out about what you perceive is going on. But with the Hangman in reverse and the Ace of Swords in reverse here, I feel that the message here is to resist the temptation to do that and just to hold back and use the Hierophant energy to just channel through that cosmic frequency that I've been talking about with meditation and with kind of self-care, rather than trying to communicate what you see to be the truth, because I feel like what your read on the energy is might be wrong. It might be a miscalculation or misread on the energy. And so Hangman in reverse is saying just hold back, chill out, resist the temptation to be overly verbose and communicate too much about something that you might have opinions about, but they might not be actually real accurate representations of what the energy is actually playing out. I don't mean to offend anybody with that. I'm fully channeling here through this reading. So just take what you need from these messages and leave the rest behind if you don't resonate. Because here, what I'm feeling with the Hierophant is a little bit too fixed in his ways. He can be the channel, he can be the medium, he can be the one that's connecting to higher sources of information. But the way I'm seeing it in this reading is that it's a little bit too, I'm hearing oppressive or pushy about a specific opinion. And whereas the Hangman here is describing the surrendering to the illumination that comes when you let go of everything that you think you know. And that's the energy that you're being asked to embody, is surrendering to everything and letting go of everything that you think you know. Cancer, the Tower reverse, which we had in the first reading, as well as the Devil. Now we have the Devil, and also Knight of Cups. Okay, Cancer, Tower reversed, Devil reverse, and Knight of Cups. How I'm seeing this is there is a liberation here that's occurring for you. So while the energy of the main reading is describing what's happening on a collective level, what's happening for you here is that parts of your ego are dying away. Parts of your desire to maintain control and maintain the sort of dominion over yourself and others is being shattered and is shedding away. I'm hearing compromise as well here, but what I'm feeling with these two cards is that in the same way that we had these same two cards in the main reading, same energies here, there is a catalyzing energy that's affecting you at this moment, which is helping you release a lot of attachment, a lot of egoic kind of limiting beliefs and feelings. And that might be playing out in some of your personal relationships. Like you could be finding here that you might be, for example, splitting with a longtime partner, or you might be moving house, or you have a desire to move house, or change something in a really big way in order to reflect what you feel is happening for you on an emotional level, where what you used to value, or the kinds of connection that you might have really striven hard to develop is being transformed. I'm hearing devout. Let me just quickly look that up. So I didn't realize it, but the camera had stopped recording somewhere in the middle of the reading that I was giving for Cancer. And so I'm going to go back to where I was and repeat there. But the word that came through was devout, and dictionary definition brought up something about commitment. Let me just check it again. Having or showing deep religious feeling or commitment, or totally committed to a cause or a belief. So that could be being transformed, like the way you may be attached to or devoted to certain ways of being or doing, or even if for some people, if you've been a very religious person, that could be something that's being transformed here. Is maybe you're understanding that there is something unhealthy about being that kind of devoutness might be unhealthy, or there might be too much attachment in it, or there might be too much unhealthy control in that kind of way of being. With the Knight of Cups here showing up, I feel that what's important for people under the Cancerian influence is to be unconditionally self-loving and compassionate as you go through this healing process, because this catalyzing energy may have a very strong impact on your life, in that it could be initiating very severe changes in your life. For some of you, that might be sudden as well. Like you might find that you are ending a long-term relationship, or you might be moving house, or shifting out of a specific circle of friends or people that have been your community, because your values might be changing. You might be recalibrating your relationship to yourself, and that will affect the way that you relate with other people as well. And that's also reflected in this collective energy as well. It's like there's a paradigm shift happening, and some people who are tuned into the energy of that paradigm shift are having major changes in their life that are affecting all aspects of their environment, of their relationships, of their commitments, that could all be changing. So it's important to, again, as we were talking about at the end of the collective reading, being unconditionally self-loving and maintaining a vibration of calm and quiet and self-loving is going to help you transform the energy that is being catalyzed into something that you're able to ground into your reality, that will help create a more stable and calm way of focusing and being more present for your own life. Okay, so after that we had, that was Cancer. So Leo, Nine of Cups reversed, Chariot reversed, and Magician in reverse. Magician is upright. So for Leo, Nine of Cups reversed with Chariot in reverse. We had both of those cards in the previous reading. They were upright in the first spread. So what I'm feeling with this energy for the Leo collective is that you may be needing to transform the way that you have approached your personal presentation in the world, or the way you direct your energy in the world. Might have been coming from a place where you could have been trying a little bit too hard to win the affection and love of other people by them seeing you in the way that you want them to see you. And I feel like there's a need for that to transform, or that's what's being catalyzed here, is like your desire for being seen a certain way is being shifted and catalyzed, and you start to learn a bit more about how to channel energy in, or how to facilitate energy for a higher good that is for your own personal achievements, that's for your own personal what's the right word, like your agenda, your own personal manifestations, how you want to bring energy through for your specific end, but with less of a grip on how that shows up, so that you can allow a little bit more room for a higher vibrational energy to actually impact you and others in a way that you may not be able to perceive. But with the purity of agenda, there is a shift away from like personal accolades around something, and a more selfless and more refined way of bringing pure energy through that has a greater healing impact. Okay, that was Leo. After Leo, we have Virgo, 10 of Wands, the star reverse. We have the star there as well, and then the King of Pentacles. This is beautiful. So how I'm feeling this for Leo collective, the Leo consciousness, with the star in reverse and the 10 of Wands here, it's saying that you need to let go of what personal, how do I express this? It's like you have this really strong desire to serve and to heal and to be part of a collective shift, but the way you're going about it is in a sort of form of martyrdom that needs to be transformed into a more, again, tapping into that energy that we had, 10 of Pentacles, 9 of Cups. It's like the way that you can show up for the collective is by being more aware of your own energy and what you need to restore, and how you need to reclaim your energy from places where you may have been giving it away, and addressing more of your own personal needs rather than trying to carry the weight of the world on your shoulder for other people. So there is in this reading, it's kind of repeating in many ways over and over again. It's like, in order to heal the collective, we need to heal ourselves first. And that's what I feel in this reading here for the Virgo consciousness. Rather than kind of being a martyr and carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders and bearing this load, I'm hearing betrayal. So some of you, if that energy is resonating, if you're feeling this sort of sense of betrayal, there's a need to overcome that and heal whatever you feel as the way that people might have wronged you, and to let go of that and forgive that and let it be pure and purified and cleared away with the energy of the star. And just come into this great space here with the King of Pentacles upright, where you just simply focus on your own space, your own body, your own environment, and trust that in doing that work, by being more self-aware and self-directed and present in your own physical space, that actually contributes in a better way, in a more profound way, in a greater healing way for the collective. And it doesn't have that tainted energy of being a victim of anything, if that makes sense. I hope that's clear. I don't mean to offend anybody. I'm just trying to be the best channel I can here. So that was Virgo. Libra, Ace of Cups reversed with 5 of Swords and the Wheel of Fortune. Again, I feel like there's some past energy here where you may have felt, again, a sort of like dissonance with other people, dissonance with your own energy as well. Maybe you haven't felt like you're totally in alignment, and there's been some confusion around that and some inner conflict. I feel here with the Wheel of Fortune coming out, it's a direct message from your higher self to say, let the past be what it was and move on. Let it just be lessons, and let the energy of past transgressions simply guide you forward into whatever is next for you, and let it be okay. Just let everything be okay. Maybe stop battling with yourself. Stop the inner dialogue here. Maybe needs to be neutralized in a way that is just, again, bringing that energy of calm, peaceful, quiet, like, what's the right word? Acceptance of all things, and shift forward to what's next for you without carrying ahead or carrying forward the energy of the past events that may have been hurtful to you. Yeah, let unconditional love guide you forward, and trust that whatever has been in the past have been steps forward in your own healing journey, and there's no wrong in that. There's no wrong there. Okay, Libra. I hope that was helpful. I know that was a little bit vague. I guess with the Wheel of Fortune, I would say it's about the choices that you make and the action that you take based on those decisions that moves you forward in your own journey. And it's not about luck, or it's not about what happened to you or what other people did or didn't do to you that was hurtful, or even what you did or didn't do for yourself that you might have regret over or feel conflicted about. But just simply moving forward step by step, making choices and acting on those choices to bring about a change in your destiny or in your fate, to be more in alignment with exactly what it is that you are seeking to attain in this life. And when you do that, when you practice that more and more, you do learn how you actually throw off, you know, limitations and any kind of restriction that you might feel is imposed on you, but rather you start to become more empowered and more, again, self-contained, and you become your own self-fulfilling prophecy. And there's not really any outside forces that actually can influence or affect you as much as your own thought processes and your own self-compassion and self-love. Okay, Libra, that was, yeah, so Libra, after Libra is Scorpio, right? Libra? No, Scorpio, yeah. Four of Pentacles, Two of Cups, and Queen of Wands, all upright. I love it. Four of Pentacles, Two of Cups, and Queen of Wands. So what I feel here for the Scorpio collective is that you might have been like really striving hard and working towards consolidating your energy and your resources, and working towards just like stabilizing and creating solid foundation that you can build upon. And for some of you, I mean, we had the Two of Cups in the previous reading as well, and I felt that energy in the collective reading more in terms of recalibrating a balance between the masculine and feminine divine energies. And here, it feels similar, but on a more personal level. You taking the time to nurture and heal yourself and consolidate your physical energy and your resources to create a stable foundation to build upon is now creating the opportunity for a divine counterpart to come into the space to meet you there. And you're showing up here as the Queen of Wands, as a very empowered, very compassionate, very fiery and capable individual who is quite established and settled in their own energy, and is now able to be met by another individual in a really empowered way. So there could be someone new coming in for Scorpio people. But if not, it's not even about partnership. How I'm seeing this is it's more about you coming into alignment with your own personal balance, or what that state of balance means for you or looks for you, in order for you to move forward with things that you're passionate about, that you feel in alignment with, whether it's collective, community kind of things, or whether it's your own projects. You've established a great stability and a foundation within you that has allowed you to express a greater sense of wholeness and balance that you're able to then use to motivate and move energy into things that are meaningful and important to you. Scorpio, Sagittarius, Justice, the World reversed, and Page of Wands. So we had Page of Wands in the reading here in reverse. How I'm seeing this is that, okay, so for some Sagittarian people watching this, there may be some type of situation that you're in right now where you're kind of close to closing out a cycle, but there's some matters that could be legal that are needing to be addressed in order to close out an old cycle. You could be waiting on some communication with the Page of Wands here. For some of you, there's something you need to, there is information that you could be waiting on, but more, it's not about you just being passive and waiting for information to come to you. But what I feel is that you need to educate yourself about a specific topic relating to what you are working on, that will help you engage better in, I'm hearing alliances. Let's pick that up. Alliances. A union or association formed for mutual benefit, especially between countries or organizations. A relationship based on affinity in interest, nature, or qualities. Or a state of being joined or associated. So, yeah. So some of you, yeah, if that's relevant, you're creating alliances. I'm hearing outreach. So you need to like put some energy into communicating, perhaps, to unify and create a solidarity or create a network or connection between people who are aligned with the values that you are wanting to bring forward with a specific offering or some kind of project that you're working on or some kind of endeavor that is, I'm hearing solidarity again. So there's something that you may be working on that has a relevant agenda that is about unifying people or bringing people together, creating an alliance or creating allies or creating a unity or membership, something regarding that. And I feel here that it's up to you to communicate or to reach out or to educate yourself about what you need to embody or bring into the fold to actually create this environment where people can find each other. I hope that makes sense. It's a bit abstract for me. That was Sagittarius. Capricorn, the Moon, Emperor reversed, and Two of Swords. Capricorn. We had, remember, the Moon in the first reading as the crossing card. So how I'm feeling this for Capricorn is that for some of the people watching this reading, you might find that there is some illumination occurring in some parts of your shadow aspects that's being brought to your awareness with regard to how there may be an imbalance of masculine energy in you or in the way that you are, what's the right word? The way that you magnetize and draw people to you, and you may be ignorant to that. There's a lack of awareness here about the way that you use your energy and how that draws specific type of masculine energy towards you, or some kind of, I'm thinking on the Emperor here now. So how do I express that? In the same way that in the collective reading for everyone, there's this catalyzation being brought about with regard to certain aspects that have been concealed or in the shadow for some time now being illuminated and brought to light. There's something in your energy about the way you associate with or draw masculine energy towards you that is a little imbalanced or unhealthy. And there is a need for you to bring awareness to that and bring about a recalibration or a shift within you so that you can shift the way that you draw or magnetize certain types of energy to you that has been perhaps showing up in the recent past or in your life in a repeating pattern that's been unhealthy and has been complicated or has been fraught with difficulties or challenges. So there is something here about you needing to take more responsibility for that and simply bring awareness to it so that you can create a shift around it. I'm going to leave it there. I feel that's it. So that was Capricorn. Aquarius, Seven of Pentacles, Three of Cups, and Page of Swords in reverse. We had the Page of Swords reversed in the last reading. So how I'm feeling this for Aquarius is that you're looking to manage your resources in a way that can help grow your abundance or your prosperity. And you're a community-oriented person, so you're looking to ways to do that like brings other people into the space that you want to create that supports a lot of people. With the Page of Swords in reverse here, I feel that there's something a little naive in your energy that while this is very noble and very, it's interesting, it's creative, it's compassionate, it's group-minded, there's something I feel with that that's a little immature or naive that needs to be resolved. And again, coming back to the collective reading, I feel that there's something that you need to pay more attention to that's, I want to use the word selfish, but I don't want that to be misconstrued. I just mean that you need to pay more attention to your own energy and harmonize and refine your own frequency before you try to start bringing in collaborators, because with this Page of Swords in reverse, I feel like you could be setting yourself up for disappointment because there isn't necessarily a really clear frequency that you're putting out, because there's something that needs to be healed and resolved about your own personal energetic field. I hope that makes sense. I'm going to take one more to really get this clear. Ace of Pentacles, right. So you need to shift through. There's a portal that you need to move through to kind of step away from your old, there's like a, like in your DNA, in your actual matrix, there is an energy of, I'm hearing lack. So whatever it is that you're trying to grow or magnify or exponentiate in terms of abundance and resources and this energy in general, in the way that you want to do it via community efforts, needs to be, you need to clarify something first within your own energetic field and clear out an old, there's like a small, like a glitch. There's some kind of, I don't know, if there's a better word than glitch. There's a small glitch in your field of that pattern around abundance that needs to be transmuted and clarified and revealed, and so that it can be released, so that you can come to this new space where the seeds that you plant will actually bear fruit the way that's possible. But the point you're starting from now, there's something that needs to be matured or activated or neutralized in some way around your approach to finances and resources and money. In order to exponentiate in the way that you know is possible, there needs to be something cleared. So perhaps work with some kind of ritual magic around that and kind of slice through or cut away or neutralize like an old paradigm thought form around that. And you probably think you already have, and maybe you're in your conscious mind there is already this approach to abundance in a particular way. But I feel like there's something actually still embedded in your physical matrix that needs to be harmonized, transmuted, and evolved, so that you can come to this place where when you actually do plant seeds, it does bear fruit. Because you may have been finding like a stop-starting energy where things have not necessarily been coming to fruition in the way that you intend them to in the beginning. Okay, that was Aquarius. Pisces, Four of Wands, Eight of Cups, the Sun reversed. I'm going to take 4 here. Eight of Pentacles reversed. 2 8s here. Okay, so for who are we doing? Pisces. Excuse me. I feel for the Pisces people watching this reading. So you have sort of an established home life or a specific foundation that you've been working from, but you're ready to move on from that with this Eight of Cups. You're kind of endeavoring to seek out new opportunities that are more fulfilling, because there's an element with this Four of Wands of success and celebration and satisfaction. But at a certain point in that particular acceptance or embodiment of that energy, satisfaction starts to wane, because you can't necessarily keep enjoying the celebration over past successes. There's a need to move on and strive for more, and that's where you are now with this Eight of Cups. Like, you're looking for the next level of something you can strive towards that will help you get to that space of celebration and satisfaction again, but for something new. You can't keep celebrating an old victory, right? So Sun reversed, Eight of Pentacles reversed. There's some new skills perhaps that you want to study or embody, or there's some new method or some new technique that you want to learn about that will help you feel that sense of achievement and satisfaction again once you master it. That was Pisces. Aries, Empress, Eight of Wands reversed, and Death. Aries. For Aries, let's take one more, because I'm not really getting it. Seven of Wands. Eight of Wands reversed, Seven of Wands. Okay. So how I'm feeling this is that for some of the people watching this under the Aries influence, you could have a particular way that you embody feminine energy. But now you might be looking to how you can transform that So that it's like you might have a slight, I mean, even though the Empress is upright in this reading, because the Eight of Wands is reversed and the Seven of Wands is here with death, I feel like you're looking to transform a particular way that you embody feminine energy, because you might be finding right now that you may have like more attention than you want, or more energy come towards you that you want. That's why the Seven of Wands is here. It's like you're kind of feeling like you have to push back a little bit sometimes. So you might be wanting to transform that particular feminine energy, so that maybe there's again like that same yearning for or desire to come into a better, more harmonized balance between your masculine and feminine energy. So for some people, that there might be like too much of like receptivity, so that too much energy comes towards you. I hope this is making sense. So striving to come into a greater balance between your masculine and feminine energy, and transforming and transmuting some of that the energy where too much is coming towards you, and that makes you feel a little bit like defensive, or that you need to push back a little bit, or that you want to overcome too much attention or something like that. For some of you, it's just about learning how to manage that energy without necessarily feeling like you have to defend yourself against people's energy coming towards you in a way that's too strong, but just learning how to, almost like Tai Chi, you know? I hope that was clear. I don't know what else to say, so I'm going to move on. That was Aries. So Taurus, King of Cups, Two of Pentacles reversed, and Knight of Pentacles reversed. So for Taurus, you may be sitting in a very emotionally established, mature, intelligent place, and that's how other people perceive you. But you might be feeling a little irritable and frustrated in yourself that you could probably be doing more somehow. That's what I'm feeling. Let's take one more card. Ten of Swords. Okay, so now I understand it better. So for some of you watching, you might be feeling like you are emotionally mature. It's not that you feel. You are emotionally mature, you're emotionally intelligent. But there could have been a situation recently where you might have felt betrayed by a person, and they may not understand how much that their actions or communications might have hurt you, because they might see you as this very mature, very evolved person, such that they might be able to behave in a certain way that is actually a little diminishing or dismissive or disrespectful, and they might not even think that hurt your feelings, because they see you as this emotionally mature person that wouldn't be bothered by such a thing, but they don't understand that it actually was quite painful to you. So here it's saying that you might be sitting in this point between those two extremes, where you need to decide whether or not you're going to maintain loyalty to a certain person who has been disrespectful or dismissive towards you in ways that they don't even acknowledge has been hurtful. And so I guess there is a choice to be made about a certain person, or about an individual, or about a group of people, to see whether or not you will continue to committing to them, or to continue to be loyal with them, or continue to be patient with them, or even to decide whether or not you're going to communicate about the thing that actually was hurtful to you, or if you need to just resolve it inside yourself and let it be what it was without having to bring it to their attention, because you might have communicated about something similar in the past. So you're thinking now, like, do I give this person another chance? Do I let it pass? Do I say something? Do I walk away? Do I stay loyal? Do I stay patient? And I don't have an answer for that. I'm just describing what the energies just here in the cards are saying, that in the space that you're in. That was Taurus, and I feel that that's brought us around the whole zodiac wheel, right? We started with Gemini, yeah? Yep, that's it. We've been around the whole wheel. So I really hope that these messages have brought you some illumination, some clarity, some understanding about what's going on. I hope you are in a space of calm and peace within. It's my honor and pleasure to read for you. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading.